Welcome to Chinese History and Mythology.
Hey friends, welcome back to Chinese History and Mythology. Last time we talked about how Cao Cao placed Cao Hong in command of Huang Zhong. Zhang He ignored all advice and volunteered to lead an attack into Baxi, only to run straight into Zhang Fei. At first, Zhang He divided his forces and established 3 fortified camps, hoping to use the rugged mountain terrain to pressure Baxi. But Zhang Fei and Lei Tong had already prepared an ambush. Zhang Fei engaged Zhang He head-on while Lei Tong struck from the flank. Caught between attacks from both front and rear, Zhang He suffered a major defeat. After retreating into the mountain camps, Zhang He relied on the steep terrain for defense. He filled the slopes with rolling logs and boulders and refused to leave his strongholds. Zhang Fei challenged him several times, but Zhang He would not come down from the mountains. The two sides remained locked in a stalemate for more than 50 days. Zhang Fei then appeared to give up entirely. He spent his days drinking wine below the mountain and shouting insults at Zhang He while pretending to be drunk. When Liu Bei heard that Zhang Fei was drinking in camp again, he was alarmed. He worried that Zhang Fei had fallen back into his old habit and was letting alcohol interfere with military affairs. But Kongming saw through the act immediately. He knew this was not reckless drinking, but a carefully planned trap. Instead of stopping him, he actually sent Wei Yan with 3 cartloads of fine wine to help Zhang Fei finish the performance. As expected, Zhang He took the bait. Believing Zhang Fei had become careless from drink, he launched a night raid against the Shu camp. But when he burst into the main tent, he discovered that the Zhang Fei sitting inside was nothing more than a straw dummy. The real Zhang Fei had already prepared an ambush. Wei Yan and Lei Tong attacked from both sides, seized the opportunity, and captured all 3 of Zhang He's camps. After fleeing to Huakou Pass, Zhang He set another trap by pretending to retreat. This time, Lei Tong fell for it and was killed. But Zhang Fei quickly saw through the plan. He turned the trap against its creator, ordered Wei Yan to destroy the hidden forces, then blocked the mountain pass with carts loaded with brushwood, and set the entire valley on fire. Zhang He suffered another crushing defeat. Later, with the help of local villagers who showed him a hidden mountain path, Zhang Fei led troops around behind Huakou Pass and attacked from both sides, forcing Zhang He to abandon his horse and flee with only a handful of men. Zhang He eventually escaped back to Nanjing. Cao Hong was furious and nearly had him executed. Fortunately, Guo Huai persuaded Cao Hong to spare him. Instead, Zhang He received another 5,000 soldiers and was sent to attack Jiaming Pass in order to tie down the Shu forces. Jiaming Pass was defended by Meng Da and Huo Jun. Huo Jun wanted to remain behind the walls and hold the pass, but Meng Da insisted on meeting the enemy in open battle. The result was immediate defeat. With Jiaming Pass now in danger, the news quickly reached Chengdu, and Liu Bei called Kongming to discuss the situation. Kongming believed that Zhang He was one of Wei's finest commanders, and that few men besides Zhang Fei could stop him. But Zhang Fei had only recently secured Huakou Pass and could not be withdrawn so easily. Just as everyone was struggling to find a solution, the veteran general Huang Zhong stepped forward and volunteered to lead the campaign himself. Kongming deliberately remarked that Huang Zhong was already advanced in age and might not be a match for Zhang He. The words immediately enraged the old general. Huang Zhong declared on the spot that although he was old, his arms could still draw the heaviest bow, and his body still possessed tremendous strength. How, he demanded, could he possibly fear a man like Zhang He? So this time, would Huang Zhong be able to prove that age had not diminished his skill? Let's continue the story. Seeing that Huang Zhong was determined to go, Kongming said, "Since you insist on taking this campaign, I will send Fa Zheng with you. Discuss every matter with him before making a decision. I will also arrange reinforcements behind you." Huang Zhong agreed and set out with Fa Zheng and his troops. Afterward, Kongming said to Liu Bei, "If the old general had not been stirred by this challenge, he might not have achieved much even if he went. Now that he has committed himself, we must secretly support him." He summoned Zhao Yun and ordered him to take a hidden mountain route with a force of elite troops. If Huang Zhong won, Zhao Yun would remain concealed. If Huang Zhong got into trouble, he was to attack immediately and rescue him. Kongming also sent Lu Feng and Meng Da with 3,000 soldiers to occupy strategic mountain positions, planting many banners to create the illusion of a larger force and make the enemy uneasy. He sent instructions to Ma Chao at Xiabian and ordered Yan Yan to take over the defenses at Langzhong in Baxi, replacing Zhang Fei and Wei Yan so they could return and help with the campaign for Hanzhong. Meanwhile, Zhang He and Xiahou Shang went to see Xiahou Yuan and reported that Tiandang Mountain had already fallen and that Xiahou Dai and Han Hao had been killed. They also reported that Liu Bei himself was leading troops into Hanzhong. They urged Xiahou Yuan to request reinforcements from Cao Cao immediately. Xiahou Yuan sent word to Cao Hong, who rode through the night to Suchang and delivered the report. When Cao Cao heard the news, he was greatly alarmed and summoned his officials for discussion. Liu Yi said, "If Huang Zhong falls, the entire Central Plains will be shaken. Your Majesty must lead the campaign in person." Cao Cao sighed regretfully and said, "Had I known this would happen, I should have listened to you earlier." He immediately issued orders for a new campaign and prepared to march west to relieve Huang Zhong himself. In the 7th month of the 23rd year of Jian'an, Cao Cao divided his army into 3 columns. Xiahou Dun led the vanguard. Cao Cao commanded the main force, and Cao Xiu was in charge of the rear army. As the army passed through Tong Pass, Cao Cao arrived at Lantian and remembered his old friend Kai Yong. He left the army with only a few hundred cavalry and rode to Kai Yong's former estate. Kai Yong's daughter, Kai Yan, came out to greet him. After entering the hall, Cao Cao noticed a scroll depicting the monument of Cao Yi hanging on the wall, and asked about it. Kai Yan explained that Cao Yi was a filial daughter of the Eastern Han, who had thrown herself into the river while searching for her father's body. Later, she floated back carrying her father's corpse, and the local people built a monument in her honor. Kai Yong had once visited the monument at night and left 8 mysterious characters on its back: yellow silk, young woman, grandson, mortar. Cao Cao asked whether Kai Yan understood the meaning. She said she did not. He then asked the others present, but no one could explain it. Yang Xiu, his chief secretary, said that he had already figured it out. However, Cao Cao told him not to explain and wanted to think it through himself. 3 miles after leaving Kai Yan's home, Cao Cao suddenly understood. He then asked Yang Xiu for his interpretation. Yang Xiu replied, "Yellow silk means colored silk, which forms the character for excellent. Young woman means a young girl, which forms the character for wonderful. Grandson means the child of a woman, which forms the character for good. Mortar is a tool used for grinding spices, which forms the character for words." Together, the phrase means excellent and wonderful writing. Cao Cao was astonished and said it matched exactly what he had concluded. Everyone present praised Yang Xiu's intelligence. Not long afterward, Cao Cao's army arrived at Nanzang. Cao Hong came out to welcome him and reported in detail how Zhang He had been defeated. Cao Cao said, "Victory and defeat are common in war. This is not Zhang He's fault alone." Cao Hong then reported that Liu Bei had sent Huang Zhong to attack Mount Dingjun, and that Xiahou Yuan had remained on the defensive ever since hearing that Cao Cao was coming. Cao Cao replied, "If he never leaves his position, it will only make him appear fearful." He sent an official bearing his command token to Mount Dingjun and ordered Xiahou Yuan to take the offensive. Liu Ye warned, "Xiahou Yuan is brave but impulsive. I fear he may fall into a trap." So Cao Cao personalized wrote a letter, reminding him that a commander must balance strength with caution and not rely only on courage. He wrote that the army was now stationed at Nanzang, and that he wished to see whether Xiahou Yuan could live up to the title of Miaokai and not disgrace it. After reading the letter, Xiahou Yuan was delighted. He said to Zhang He, "The king of Wei has personally come to Nanzheng to defeat Liu Bei. If we only sit here and defend, how can we earn merit?" Zhang He advised him, "Huang Zhong is both brave and clever, and Fa Zheng is there to guide him. The terrain around Mount Dingjun favors defense. We should not underestimate them." But Xiahou Yuan refused to listen. "You stay and guard the mountain," he said. "I will go out and fight." He then ordered Xiahou Sheng to lead 3,000 men out to lure the enemy, and instructed him to lose on purpose. Huang Zhong and Fa Zheng were camped at the entrance to Mount Dingjun. After many challenges, Xiahou Yuan still refused to fight. Huang Zhong wanted to attack, but was cautious because of the dangerous mountain terrain. Then a scout arrived and reported that the enemy had come down from the mountain to challenge them. As Huang Zhong prepared to move, the officer Chen Shi stepped forward and said, "General, allow me to go first." Huang Zhong agreed and sent him with 1,000 men. After only a few exchanges, Xiahou Shang pretended to retreat. Chen Shi gave chase. Halfway through the pursuit, rolling logs and boulders suddenly came crashing down from both sides of the mountain, blocking the road. Trapped with no way forward or back, Chen Shi was captured alive by Xiahou Yuan. Most of his soldiers surrendered. When Huang Zhong learned that Chen Shi had been captured, he immediately consulted Fa Zheng. Fa Zheng said, "Xiahou Yuan is impatient and brave, but he lacks caution. Move the camp forward little by little. Advance step by step and force him to come out and fight. Then we will find a way to capture him." This is called turning the guest into the host. Huang Zhong agreed. He rewarded the troops generously to raise morale. After that, he advanced a short distance each day, built a new camp, stayed there for several days, and then moved forward again. As expected, Xiahou Yuan became restless. Zhang He warned him that this was exactly the enemy's plan and that he should not engage. Zhao Yun ignored the warning and once again sent Zhao Shang out to challenge them. This time, Huang Zhong personally rode out and captured Zhao Shang alive in a single exchange. Zhao Yun had no choice but to request a prisoner exchange, offering Chen Shi in return. The next day, both armies lined up in a valley for the exchange. Huang Zhong escorted Zhao Shang while Zhao Yun brought Chen Shi. Neither prisoner wore armor. When the drum sounded, the two men ran back toward their own lines. Just as Zhao Shang was about to reach safety, Huang Zhong suddenly drew his bow and fired an arrow. It struck Zhao Shang squarely in the back. Furious, Zhao Yun charged forward on horseback and attacked Huang Zhong. This was exactly what Huang Zhong had wanted. The two fought for more than 20 rounds. Suddenly, the signal to withdraw sounded from the Wei lines. Zhao Yun had no choice but to retreat, and Huang Zhong used the opportunity to strike at the withdrawing enemy. Back in camp, Zhao Yun demanded to know why the withdrawal signal had been sounded. The officer in charge explained that he had spotted Shu banners in the valley and feared an ambush. Zhao Yun believed him and once again returned to a defensive posture. After moving closer to Mount Dingjin, Huang Zhong and Fa Zheng studied the terrain once more. Fa Zheng pointed to a high mountain west of their position and said, "That mountain is extremely important. If we can occupy it, we can look down and observe everything happening at Mount Dingjin. Once we control that height, Mount Dingjin will be in the palm of our hand." That very night, at the second watch, Huang Zhong led his troops up the mountain. The defender Du Shi had only a few hundred men and could not hold the position. He abandoned the mountain and fled. After securing the height, Fa Zheng said, "You remain halfway up the slope while I stay at the summit. If Zhao Yun attacks, I will first raise a white flag. When you see it, do nothing. Once the enemy grows tired and careless, I will raise a red flag. Then charge down the mountain, and victory will be ours." This is called defeating an exhausted enemy while remaining fresh yourself. Huang Zhong was delighted and followed the plan exactly. Du Shi fled back and reported to Zhao Yun that Huang Zhong had occupied the western mountain. Zhao Yun flew into a rage. "If he holds the high ground, he can see everything we do. I cannot leave him there." Zhang He tried repeatedly to stop him, but Zhao Yun would not listen. He personally led troops to surround the mountain and shouted insults, demanding battle. On the summit, Fa Zheng raised the white flag. No matter how much Zhao Yun shouted and cursed, Huang Zhong remained perfectly still. By noon, the Wei soldiers were exhausted. Their energy was fading and many had dismounted to rest. At that moment, Fa Zheng raised the red flag. Instantly, drums thundered, horns blared, and battle cries shook the mountains. Huang Zhong led the charge, rushing down the slope like a landslide crashing from the heavens. Zhao Yun was completely caught off guard. Before he could react, Huang Zhong was already upon him. With a mighty roar, Huang Zhong raised his blade and struck. The blow cut through Zhao Yun from shoulder to head, killing him instantly. After Huang Zhong killed Zhao Yun, the Wei army fell into chaos and scattered in all directions. Huang Zhong seized the opportunity and captured Mount Dingjin. Zhang He rushed in to fight back, but Huang Zhong and Chen Shi attacked him from two sides and drove him into retreat. Then another force suddenly appeared from the mountainside. The leading general shouted loudly, "Zhao Zilong of Changshan is here." Zhang He was terrified and fled with his remaining troops along a narrow mountain path. On the way, he met Du Shi, who informed him that Mount Dingjin had already been taken by Liu Feng and Meng Da. With no other choice, Zhang He and Du Shi withdrew to the banks of the Han River and quickly sent word to Cao Cao. When Cao Cao heard that Zhao Yun had been killed, he burst into tears. Only then did he remember Guan Lu's old prophecy. 3 and 8 crossing each other. The yellow pig meets the tiger. South of Mount Dingjun, a great leg will be broken. He finally understood that it referred to the 24th year of Jianan, the region south of Mount Dingjun, and the death of Zhao Yun. Cao Cao immediately ordered people to find Guan Lu, but he had already disappeared. Filled with hatred toward Huang Zhong, Cao Cao personally led a massive army to Mount Dingjun to avenge Xiahou Yuan and appointed Xu Huang as the vanguard. Upon reaching the Han River, Zhang He and Du Xi came to meet him and reported that Mount Dingjun had been lost. They advised that the most urgent task was to move the grain supplies from Mount Mekong to the northern bank of the Han River before continuing the campaign. Cao Cao agrees. Huang Zhong carried Xiahou Yuan's head back to Jiameng Pass and presented it as a trophy. Liu Bei was overjoyed. He promoted Huang Zhong to general who conquers the west and held a banquet in celebration. During the feast, an officer named Zhang Zhu arrived with urgent news. He He reported that Cao Cao had personally led 200,000 troops to avenge Zhao Yun, and that Zhang He was transporting grain supplies from Mount Mekong. Kongming said, "Now that Cao Cao's army has arrived, supplies must be crucial to them. If we can send a capable general deep into enemy territory to burn their grain and seize their baggage train, it will greatly weaken their morale." Huang Zhong immediately volunteered. Kongming warned him, "Cao Cao is not Zhao Yun, do not underestimate him." Liu Bei then challenged Huang Zhong by saying, "Zhao Yun was merely a brave fighter. How can he compare to Zhang He? If you can kill Zhang He, it would be worth 10 times more than killing Zhao Yun." Hearing this, Huang Zhong's blood began to boil. He replied, "Then I must go. I will bring back Zhang He's head." Kongming therefore ordered Huang Zhong and Zhao Yun to work together and see who could achieve merit first. As Huang Zhong and Zhao Yun set out, Zhao Yun asked, "Cao Cao's 200,000 troops are spread across 10 camps. Penetrating deep into enemy territory to seize grain is no small matter. What is your plan?" Huang Zhong replied, "Just watch me go first." Zhao Yun said, "Why not let me go first instead?" Huang Zhong answered that, as commander, he could not allow a subordinate to take the lead. Zhao Yun then suggested drawing lots to decide. Whoever drew the winning lot would go first. Huang Zhong won. Zhao Yun said, "Since you are going first, let us make an agreement. Noon will be the deadline. If you return by then, I will remain in camp. If you have not returned by noon, I will lead troops to rescue you." Huang Zhong agreed. After returning to camp, Zhao Yun instructed Zhang Yi, "Huang Zhong will attack the enemy grain depot tomorrow. If he has not returned by noon, I will go to save him. The Han River lies directly before our camp, and the terrain is dangerous. Once I leave, you must guard the camp carefully and take no unnecessary action." At the third watch that night, Huang Zhong ordered his soldiers to eat well. At the fourth watch, he crossed the Han River with his deputy Zhang Zhu and headed directly toward the grain stores north of the mountain. At dawn, they saw mountains of grain with only a small number of guards. Huang Zhong ordered his cavalry to dismount and gather firewood to burn the supplies. Unexpectedly, Zhang He arrived with reinforcements and engaged him in battle. Then Cao Cao sent Su Huang to support Zhang He. Once Su Huang arrived, Huang Zhong was completely surrounded. Zhang Zhu managed to break out with 300 men and attempted to return for help, but he was intercepted by Wen Pin and became trapped as well. Back in camp, Zhao Yun waited until noon. When Huang Zhong still had not returned, he immediately armed himself, mounted his horse, and rode out with 3,000 troops. On the way, he first encountered Murong Lai, one of Wen Pin's officers, and killed him with a single thrust. Soon afterward, another Wei officer named Zhao Bing blocked his path. Zhao Yun shouted in anger and killed him with one spear thrust as well. The Wei soldiers scattered in panic. Zhao Yun fought his way all the way to the northern mountain and saw Zhang He and Su Huang surrounding Huang Zhong. With a great shout, he charged directly into the encirclement. He struck left and right as if no enemy existed before him. Seeing Zhao Yun's spear flashing like falling snow and pear blossoms in the wind, Zhang He and Su Huang were filled with fear and dared not face him directly. Zhao Yun opened a path through the enemy ranks and rescued Huang Zhong. Just as they were about to withdraw, some soldiers pointed southeast and said, "Deputy General Zhang Zhu may still be trapped over there." Instead of returning to camp, Zhao Yun immediately turned his horse and charged toward the southeast. Whenever the Wei soldiers saw the banner bearing the words Zhao Yun of Changshan, they remembered the events at Changban and spread the story among themselves. Fear swept through the ranks, and they began fleeing in every direction. Zhao Yun smashed through another encirclement and rescued Zhang Zhu as well. Watching from a high position, Cao Cao saw Zhao Yun charging freely across the battlefield, rescuing Huang Zhong first and then Zhang Zhu. Furious, he personally led troops in pursuit. By then, Zhao Yun had already returned to camp. Zhang Yi advised him to close the gates and defend the walls. Zhao Yun shouted, "At Changban, I faced Cao Cao's vast army alone with nothing but my horse and spear. Now I have soldiers and commanders with me. What do I have to fear?" He ordered archers to hide in the trenches outside the camp. He then had the banners lowered, the drums silenced, and all troop movements halted. Finally, he mounted his horse and stood alone before the open gate. When Zhang He and Su Huang reached the Shu camp, darkness was already falling. The banners were down, the drums silent, and the camp strangely quiet. The gate stood wide open, while Zhao Yun sat alone on horseback before it. Suspicion filled their minds, and neither dared attack recklessly. When Cao Cao arrived, he ordered the troops forward. The Wei soldiers charged toward the gate, yet Zhao Yun remained completely motionless. This only increased their fear, and many began to hesitate and fall back. Seeing the moment had come, Zhao Yun raised his spear. At once, the hidden archers unleashed a storm of arrows. Because it was already dark, the Wei soldiers could not tell how many Shu troops were present. Panic spread instantly through their ranks. Then drums and horns suddenly thundered from behind the camp as Shu soldiers poured out in attack. The Wei army trampled itself in confusion while retreating toward the Han River. Countless men drowned trying to escape. Zhao Yun, Huang Zhong, and Zhang Zhu divided their forces and pursued the fleeing enemy. At the same time, Liu Feng and Meng Da attacked from the direction of Mount Maikong and set fire to the grain supplies. Left with no choice, Cao Cao abandoned the stores on the northern mountain and retreated to Nanjing. Su Huang and Zhang He also abandoned their camps and fled. Zhao Yun captured the enemy camp, Huang Zhong seized the grain, and the Battle of the Han River ended in a great victory for Shu. When Liu Bei heard of the victory, he and Kongming personally came to the Han River and asked Zhao Yun's soldiers to describe what had happened. The soldiers told the entire story, explaining how Zhao Yun had rescued Huang Zhong, then rescued Zhang Zhu, and finally frightened off the Wei army with his empty camp strategy. Liu Bei was overjoyed. After personally inspecting the terrain along the Han River, he turned to Kongming and said with admiration, "Zilong is courage from head to toe." He then promoted Zhao Yun to General of Tiger Might, rewarded the soldiers generously, and held a grand celebration. Not long afterward, scouts arrived with news that Cao Cao had sent another large army through the narrow valley routes to seize the Han River. Liu Bei laughed and said, "This time Cao Cao has run out of ideas. The Han River is secure." He personally led his army to the western bank of the river to meet the enemy. On the Wei side, Su Huang was appointed vanguard and prepared for a decisive battle. At that moment, a man stepped forward and said that he knew the local terrain well and could help defeat the Shu forces. When Cao Cao looked at him, he saw that it was Wang Ping of Dongqi in Baxi, courtesy name Zijun, currently serving as a military officer. Delighted, Su Huang appointed Wang Ping as deputy vanguard to assist Su Huang. Su Huang and Wang Ping marched to the Han River. Su Huang ordered the forward troops to cross the river and form battle lines. Wang Ping advised, "Once the army crosses, what will happen if the situation changes and we need to retreat quickly?" Su Huang replied, "When Han Xin fought his battles, he deployed his army with a river at their backs. With no way to retreat, the soldiers fought desperately and won. This is called finding life in the place of death." Wang Ping shook his head and said, "Han Xin used that tactic because he knew his enemy lacked ability." "Can you really say that Zhao Yun and Huang Zhong are such men?" Su Huang ignored the warning. He ordered Wang Ping to keep the enemy occupied with infantry, while he personally led the cavalry across a floating bridge over the Han River, preparing for a decisive battle against the Shu army. Su Huang ignored Wang Ping's warning and insisted on leading his troops across the Han River. After crossing, he set up camp on the opposite bank. When Huang Zhong and Zhao Yun heard the news, they both asked Liu Bei for permission to lead their own forces against the Wei army. Liu Bei agreed, and the two generals set out. Along the way, Huang Zhong said to Zhao Yun, "Xu Huang crossed the river relying only on brute courage. There is no need for us to rush into battle. Let him challenge us all day long. Once his troops grow tired, you and I can attack from two directions and crush him." Zhao Yun agreed, so both men remained inside their camps and refused to engage. From morning until late afternoon, Su Huang challenged the Shu army again and again, but not a single soldier came out. Frustrated, he ordered his archers forward to fire volleys of arrows into the Shu camps. Seeing this, Huang Zhong said to Zhao Yun, "Su Huang is using the archers to cover the withdrawal of his rear forces. This is exactly the moment to strike." No sooner had he spoken than scouts arrived and reported that the Wei rear ranks had indeed begun pulling back. At once the war drums thundered from the Shu camps. Huang Zhong charged out from the left, while Zhao Yun attacked from the right. Caught between the two forces, Su Huang suffered a crushing defeat. Countless Wei soldiers were driven into the Han River and drowned. Su Huang fought desperately to escape, and barely made it back to camp alive. After returning, Su Huang angrily confronted Wang Ping. "You saw my army in danger. Why didn't you come to help?" Wang Ping replied, "If I had left the camp to rescue you, this camp would have been lost as well. I warned you not to cross the river in the first place. You ignored my advice, and this defeat is the result." Furious, Su Huang threatened to execute him. That very night, Wang Ping set fire to the camp with the troops under his command, throwing the Wei army into chaos. Su Huang was forced to abandon the camp and flee. Wang Ping then crossed the Han River and surrendered to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun brought Wang Ping before Liu Bei. Wang Ping carefully explained the terrain around the Han River. Liu Bei was delighted and said, "If I can gain a general like Wang Zijun, then taking Hanzhong is no longer in doubt." He immediately appointed Wang Ping as an assistant general and made him a guide for the campaign. After escaping, Su Huang returned to see Cao Cao and reported that Wang Ping had defected to Liu Bei. Enraged, Cao Cao personally led a great army to retake the Han River camp. Fearing that he could not hold the position alone, Zhao Yun withdrew his troops to the western bank of the river. The two armies faced each other across the water. Liu Bei and Kongming arrived to inspect the battlefield. Kongming noticed a low ridge upstream where troops could be hidden. He summoned Zhao Yun and instructed him, "Take 500 men with drums and horns and hide beneath that ridge. Tonight, when you hear a cannon shot from my camp, beat the drums and sound the horns. But no matter what happens, do not attack." The next day, the Wei army came to challenge them, but not a single Shu soldier emerged, and not one arrow was fired. Having accomplished nothing, the Wei troops returned to camp. Late that night, after Kongming saw the lights go out in the Wei camp and the soldiers settle down to sleep, he ordered a cannon fired. Hearing the signal, Zhao Yun immediately had the drums and horns sounded. The Wei soldiers thought the Shu army was launching a night attack. They rushed from their tents to investigate, only to find no enemy in sight. Just as they were about to return and rest, another cannon sounded, followed by more drums, horns, and thunderous shouting echoing through the valleys. This continued for 3 nights in a row. The Wei army became exhausted and fearful, and morale began to crumble. Suspicious and uneasy, Cao Cao 最后命令 the camp moved 30 li farther back, to a new location. When Kongming saw that Cao Cao had withdrawn, he laughed and said, although Cao Cao understands warfare, he does not understand deception. He then invited Liu Bei to cross the Han River and set up camp directly beside the water, with the river at his back. Liu Bei asked what he had in mind, and Kongming leaned close and quietly explained his plan. When Cao Cao saw Liu Bei camped with the river behind him, he became even more suspicious and sent a challenge demanding battle. Kongming replied simply, "Tomorrow." The next day, the two armies met before 5 Boundaries Mountain. Cao Cao rode out beneath his banner and called for Liu Bei to come forward. Liu Bei appeared with Liu Feng, Meng Da, and the generals of Shu. Pointing his whip, Cao Cao shouted, "Liu Bei, you ungrateful traitor! You have rebelled against the court!" Liu Bei immediately shouted back, "I am a member of the imperial clan and have been ordered to destroy traitors. You murdered an empress, seized power, and used the emperor's privileges for yourself. You are the true rebel." Furious, Cao Cao ordered Zhu Huang into battle. Liu Feng rode out to meet him but could not withstand Zhu Huang's attack and quickly fled. At once, Cao Cao shouted, "Whoever captures Liu Bei shall become Lord of Sichuan." The Wei army roared and charged into the Shu lines. The Shu soldiers fled toward the Han River, abandoning camps, horses, and weapons along the way. Seeing so much valuable equipment left behind, the Wei soldiers rushed forward to seize it. Suddenly, however, Cao Cao ordered the retreat signal sounded. His officers were confused. "We were about to capture Liu Bei. Why withdraw now?" Cao Cao answered, "Liu Bei camped with the river at his back, which was already suspicious. Now he leaves all these supplies behind. This is clearly a trap. We must not be tempted by loot. Withdraw immediately." The moment the Wei army turned around, Kongming raised his signal flag. Liu Bei charged out from the center, Huang Zhong attacked from the left, and Zhao Yun struck from the right. The Wei army collapsed in defeat. Kongming pressed the pursuit throughout the night. Cao Cao ordered a retreat toward Nanzang, but soon saw fires blazing in 5 different directions. Unknown to him, Zhang Fei and Wei Yan had already left Yanyan to guard Langzhong and divided their forces to strike ahead, capturing Nanzang before he could return. Shocked, Cao Cao had no choice but to retreat toward Yangping Pass. After Liu Bei entered Nanzang and Baozhou, he comforted the local people and then asked Kongming, "Why did Cao Cao fall so quickly this time?" Kongming replied, "Because Cao Cao is suspicious by nature. I defeated him with deception." Liu Bei then asked, "Now that Cao Cao is holding Yangping Pass, how do we defeat him?" Kongming smiled and said, "I have already worked that out." He ordered Zhang Fei and Wei Yan to cut off Cao Cao's supply routes, while Huang Zhong and Zhao Yun were sent to burn the surrounding mountains. The 4 forces departed to carry out their missions. After retreating to Yangping Pass, Cao Cao received reports that Shu forces had blocked every nearby path. Even the places where villagers once gathered firewood had been burned, and no one knew where enemy ambushes might be hidden. Soon, another report arrived, saying that Zhang Fei and Wei Yan had split their forces to attack the supply convoys. When Cao Cao asked who would dare face Zhang Fei, Su Chu volunteered. Cao Cao therefore sent him with 1,000 elite soldiers to escort the grain wagons. The supply officer was overjoyed when Su Chu arrived and brought out wine and meat for the troops. Su Chu drank heavily and soon became completely drunk. Filled with confidence, he ordered the convoy to continue traveling through the night. The supply officer warned him, "It is already late. The roads around Baozhou are steep and dangerous. We should not travel now." Su Chu laughed and replied, "I possess the strength of 10,000 men. "What do I have to fear? The moon is bright tonight. It is the perfect time to travel." With his blade across his saddle, he rode proudly at the front of the column. After midnight, the convoy entered the mountain roads near Baozhou. Suddenly, drums and horns erupted from the ravines, and an ambush blocked the road ahead. The leading general was none other than Zhang Fei. Wielding his spear, Zhang Fei charged forward. Su Chu tried to fight him, but because he was drunk and weakened, Zhang Fei struck him in the shoulder after only a few exchanges. Su Chu fell from his horse. The Wei soldiers hurriedly rescued him and retreated in confusion. Zhang Fei captured every grain wagon and returned triumphantly to camp. When Ma Cao learned that Su Chu had been wounded, he was both furious and worried. He ordered physicians to treat him while preparing for a decisive battle against the Shu army. Liu Bei led his forces out to meet the enemy. As the two armies formed ranks, Liu Bei sent Liu Feng forward. Cao Cao shouted, "You shoemaker's son, you always send that adopted son of yours to fight me. If I called out my yellow-bearded son, your fake son would become a pile of meat in moments." Enraged, Liu Feng lowered his spear and charged directly towards Cao Cao. Cao Cao sent Xu Huang to meet him. Liu Feng quickly feigned defeat and fled. Cao Cao led his troops in pursuit, but the moment they entered the Shu camp, cannon blasts exploded from every side, and drums and horns shook the heavens. Suspecting an ambush, Cao Cao immediately ordered a retreat. The Wei soldiers trampled one another in panic, suffering heavy casualties before finally escaping back to Yangping Pass. The Shu army pursued them all the way to the city walls. Fire broke out at the eastern gate, shouting rose from the western gate. Another fire started at the southern gate, and drums thundered at the northern gate. Cao Cao was terrified and had no choice but to abandon the pass and flee. The Shu army pursued from behind. As Cao Cao fled, Zhang Fei blocked the road ahead. Zhao Yun chased from behind, and Huang Zhong came charging from the direction of Baozhou. The Wei army suffered a crushing defeat. The generals fought desperately to protect Cao Cao and finally forced a path through to the entrance of Zi Valley. Just as they were moving forward, dust suddenly rose ahead, and another army came charging toward them. Cao Cao cried out in alarm, "If this is an ambush, my life is over." But when the troops came closer, the leading general turned out to be Cao Cao the second son, Cao Zhang. Cao Zhang, Cory named Ziwen, had been skilled in riding and archery since childhood. He possessed great physical strength and could wrestle wild beasts with his bare hands. Cao Cao once scolded him, saying, "You refuse to study properly and only care about weapons and fighting. That is nothing more than the courage of an ordinary brute." Cao Zhang replied, "A real man should learn from Wei Qing and Huo Kubing, command 100,000 troops across the desert, and win glory under heaven. How can he be satisfied with merely becoming a scholar?" Cao Cao had also once asked his sons about their ambitions. Cao Zhang said that he wanted to become a general, and that a general should wear armor, carry weapons, never retreat in battle, and make rewards and punishments clear. Later, when the Wu Huan of Dai Commandery rebelled, Cao Cao sent Cao Zhang with 50,000 troops to suppress them. Cao Zhang fought all the way to the Sangong River and pacified the north. Now, hearing that Cao Cao had suffered defeat at Yangping, he had come to help. When Cao Cao saw Cao Zhang arrive, he was delighted and said, "My yellow-bearded son has come. Now there is hope of defeating Liu Bei." He then reorganized his troops and set up camp at the entrance of Zi Valley. When Liu Bei learned that Cao Zhang had arrived, he asked who dared go out to face him. Liu Feng and Meng Da both volunteered. Liu Bei ordered each of them to lead 5,000 troops. Liu Feng went first, with Meng Da following behind. Cao Zhang rode out to fight Liu Feng, and in less than 3 exchanges, Liu Feng was defeated and retreated. Meng Da was about to move forward when chaos suddenly broke out in the rear of the Wei army. It turned out that Ma Chao and Wu Lan had arrived with 2 separate forces. The Wei army was caught off guard, and Meng Da seized the chance to attack from another side. Ma Chao's troops had long been waiting for this moment, and their momentum was like a rainbow across the sky. The Wei army was badly defeated. Cao Zhang happened to encounter Wu Lan, and after only a few exchanges, he stabbed Wu Lan from his horse with a halberd. After the confused fighting, Cao Cao withdrew his troops and returned to camp at the entrance of Zi Valley. After this, Cao Cao remained stationed there for a long time without moving. If he advanced, he feared Ma Chao's defenses were too strong. If he withdrew, he feared being mocked by the Shu army. For a time, he could neither advance nor retreat. One day, the cook served him chicken soup, and inside the bowl were chicken ribs. When Cao Cao saw the ribs, they touched exactly what was on his mind. Shahou entered the tent to ask for the night password. Cao Cao, chicken ribs, chicken ribs. Shahou then passed the order through the army, making chicken ribs the password for the night. When the military secretary Yang Shu heard the password, he He immediately ordered his attendants to pack their belongings and prepare to withdraw. Someone reported this to Xiahou Dun. Xiahou Dun asked Yang Shu why he was packing. Yang Shu said, "Once I heard tonight's password, I knew the King of Wei intended to withdraw. Chicken ribs have little meat if you eat them, but it still feels wasteful to throw them away. Huang Zhong is just like that now. If we attack, victory is difficult. If we retreat, people may laugh at us. Keeping it brings no real benefit, just like chicken ribs. The King of Wei will certainly return soon. I am only preparing ahead of time." Xiahou Dun sighed that Yang Shu understood Cao Cao's thoughts so well, and he too began to pack. The other generals in the army followed his example, and everyone prepared to return. That night, Cao Cao was restless and unable to sleep. He carried a steel axe and inspected the camp. Suddenly, he saw that the soldiers in Xiahou Dun's camp were all packing their belongings. Cao Cao was shocked and summoned Xiahou Dun to ask what was happening. Xiahou Dun said that Yang Shu had understood that their lord wanted to withdraw. Cao Cao then called Yang Shu in for questioning. Yang Shu explained the meaning of chicken ribs. Cao Cao flew into a rage and said, "How dare you speak wildly and disturb the morale of the army?" He immediately ordered the executioners to take Yang Shu out and behead him, then hang his head at the camp gate. In truth, Cao Cao did not kill Yang Shu only because of the chicken ribs incident. Yang Shu was proud of his talent and had guessed Cao Cao's thoughts many times, which had long offended Cao Cao's deepest taboos. Once, when Cao Cao was building a garden, he wrote only the character alive on the gate and then left. No one understood what he meant. Yang Shu said, "A gate with alive inside it forms the character for wide. The Prime Minister thinks the gate is too wide." After the gate was rebuilt, Cao Cao was indeed satisfied, but from then on he became wary of Yang Shu. Another time, a box of pastries was sent from the northern frontier. Cao Cao wrote 1 box of pastries on the box. Yang Shu then divided the pastries among everyone, saying that the words could also mean 1 mouthful of pastry for each person. Although Cao Cao laughed, in his heart he disliked Yang Shu even more. Cao Cao had also once claimed that he killed people in his dreams and told his attendants not to come near him. One day, while he was sleeping in the daytime, his blanket fell off. A close attendant covered him with it. Cao Cao jumped up and killed the attendant, then pretended to be shocked and grieved after waking. Everyone believed him. Only Yang Shu sighed at the burial and said, "The Prime Minister was not dreaming. You were the one dreaming." When Cao Cao heard of this, he hated him even more. Later, when Cao Cao was hesitating between Cao Pi and Cao Zhi as heir, Cao Zhi was close to Yang Shu. Yang Shu often advised Cao Zhi and even prepared answers for him, so that whenever Cao Cao questioned him, Cao Zhi could respond fluently. Cao Pi secretly found a way to expose this. After Cao Cao learned of it, he believed Yang Shu was interfering in the succession and became even more determined to kill him. Now, using the charge of disturbing the morale of the army, he finally had Yang Shu executed. Yang Shu was only 34 years old when he died. After killing Yang Shu, Cao Cao still pretended to be furious and even wanted to execute Xiahou Dun as well. Only after the generals pleaded hard did he give up. Cao Cao drove Xiahou Dun out of his tent and ordered the army to march the next day. The following day, the Wei army set out from the boundary of Xi Valley. Suddenly, a force appeared ahead. The leading general was Wei Yan. Cao Cao tried to persuade him to surrender, but Wei Yan cursed him fiercely. Cao Cao ordered Pang De to fight. Just as the two generals were exchanging blows, fire suddenly broke out in the Wei camp. Someone reported that Ma Chao had taken advantage of the chaos and raided the middle and rear camps. Cao Cao Dr. AWS his sword and shouts, Any general who retreats will be executed at once." The generals had no choice but to fight forward with all their strength. Seeing this, Wei Yan pretended to retreat. Cao Cao turned back, wanting to move troops against Ma Chao, and rode up a slope to observe the fighting on both sides. Unexpectedly, a force suddenly charged out from the side. The leader shouted, "Wei Yan is here." Wei Yan drew his bow and shot an arrow, striking Cao Cao. Cao Cao fell from his horse on the spot. Wei Yan threw down his bow, drew his blade, and urged his horse forward, trying to kill Cao Cao. At that critical moment, a fierce general charged in from the side and shouted, "Do not harm my lord." It was Pang De. Pang De fought desperately to block Wei Yan, rescued Cao Cao, and protected him as he withdrew. By then, Ma Chao had also withdrawn. Cao Cao returned to camp wounded, and only then learned that the arrow had struck his philtrum and knocked out 2 of his teeth. He quickly ordered the doctors to treat him. Thinking back on what Yang Shu had said before, he ordered Yang Shu's body to be brought back and buried with honor. He then decided to withdraw the army and ordered Pang De to guard the rear. Cao Cao himself lay in a felt-covered carriage, escorted by the Tiger Guard. As the army was moving, fire suddenly rose on both sides of Z Valley, and ambush troops came charging out. The Wei soldiers were terrified, and the entire army fell into chaos. Cao Cao retreated all the way to Ji Valley. Kongming had already predicted that he would abandon Hanzhong, so he sent Ma Chao and other generals to divide their troops into more than 10 groups, constantly attacking and harassing the retreating army. Cao Cao had already been wounded by Wei Yan's arrow, and after being chased by the Shu army all the way, morale in his army had sunk very low. They had not gone far when fire suddenly rose on both sides. It was Ma Chao's ambush force attacking. The Wei army fell into panic. Cao Cao had no choice but to order a forced march day and night, and only after retreating to Jingzhou did he finally regain some stability. On Liu Bei's side, he ordered Lu Feng, Meng Da, Wang Ping, and others to capture the commanderies of Shangyong. When the local defenders, including Shen Dan, heard that Cao Cao had abandoned Hanzhong, they all surrendered one after another. Liu Bei comforted the people, restored local order, and richly rewarded the army. Everyone was delighted. At this time, the generals all wanted to recommend Liu Bei to take the imperial title, but none dared speak directly. They first went to ask Zhuge Liang. Kongming said, "I already have a plan in mind." He then brought Fa Zheng and the others to see Liu Bei and said, "Now Cao Cao holds power alone, and the people have no one to rely on. My lord's name for righteousness is known throughout the world, and you now possess both Jingzhou and Yizhou. You should follow heaven and the will of the people. Take the imperial throne and use a proper title to punish the national traitor." Liu Bei was shocked and said, "That is not proper. Although I am a member of the Han imperial clan, I am still a subject. If I proclaim myself emperor, would that not be rebellion against the Han?" Kongming advised him, "The world is now divided, and warlords have risen everywhere. If my lord keeps avoiding suspicion and refusing authority, the hearts of the people will be disappointed." Liu Bei still said, "I would never dare overstep and proclaim myself emperor." The generals all urged him together, saying, "If my lord keeps refusing, the hearts of the people will scatter." Kongming then said, "My lord has always placed righteousness first and will not lightly take a supreme title. Since you now hold Jingsheng and the Tuchuan regions, you may first establish yourself as king of Hanzhong." Liu Bei still worried that without an imperial edict, even that would be overstepping. Kongming replied, "These are extraordinary times. We cannot cling rigidly to old forms. You may first take the title King of Hanzhong, and then submit a memorial to the emperor." Zhang Fei could not help shouting from the side, "Even men with other surnames are thinking of becoming emperor. Brother, you are already of the Han imperial clan. Never mind King of Hanzhong. Why would it be wrong even if you became emperor?" Liu Bei shouted for Zhang Fei to stop. Kongming continued persuading him, and Liu Bei refused again and again. In the end, unable to refuse any longer, he finally agreed. In the 7th month of autumn, in the 24th year of Jianan, Liu Bei built an altar at Mianyang. It was 9 li in circumference, with banners and ceremonial guards set in the 5 directions. Civil and military officials lined up in order. Su Jing and Fa Zheng invited Liu Bei to ascend the altar, wear the crown, receive the seal, sit facing south, and accept the worship of the officials. He was officially honored as King of Hanzhong. Liu Bei named Lu Shan as heir, appointed Su Jing as grand tutor, Fa Zheng as director of the secretariat, and Zhuge Liang as military strategist in charge of military and civil affairs. Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, Ma Chao, and Huang Zhong were named the 5 tiger generals. Wei Yan was appointed governor of Hanzhong. The other generals were also rewarded according to their achievements. After Liu Bei became king of Hanzhong, he immediately wrote a memorial and sent it to Zudu. The memorial said, in essence, that he had received great favor from the state, and although he commanded troops outside the capital, he had still failed to eliminate Cao Cao and restore the Han. Since Dong Zhu's rebellion, the world had fallen into chaos, and Cao Cao had monopolized court power, killed the empress and imperial princes, and shown his rebellious intentions more openly with each passing day. Liu Bei said that he had never dared place himself in a high position, but because his officials pressed him in the name of righteousness, and because the state was in danger and the ancestral temple was on the verge of collapse, he temporarily accepted the posts of Grand Marshal and King of Hanzhong. With these titles, he would summon the armies, unite loyal men throughout the realm, punish the national traitor, and restore peace to the state. When the Cao Cao heard that Liu Bei had declared himself King of Hanzhong and flew into a rage. "That mat-weaving boy dares act so boldly. I swear I will destroy him." He immediately prepared to gather elite troops and personally march against the Tuchuan regions to fight Liu Bei. Sima Yi advised him, "My king, there is no need to personally launch a distant campaign in a moment of anger. Jiangdong's Sun Quan has long had grievances with Liu Bei. Sun Quan's younger sister once married Liu Bei, and later she was taken back to Wu. Liu Bei has also continued to occupy Jingzhou without returning it. We can send an eloquent envoy to persuade Sun Quan to attack Jingzhou. Liu Bei will certainly transfer troops from the Tuchuan regions to rescue it. At that time, my king can advance from Hanchuang. Liu Bei will be unable to handle threats both inside and outside, and his position will become dangerous. Cao Cao was delighted. He immediately wrote a letter and sent Man Chong overnight as envoy to Jiangdong. When Sun Quan heard that Man Chong had arrived, he summoned his advisors for discussion. Zhang Zhao said, "Wei and Wu have no deep hatred. Most of our earlier wars were caused by Liu Bei and Zhu Zhuliang. Now that Man Chong has come, he must be seeking peace. We may receive him politely." Sun Quan accepted this advice and ordered Man Chong to be welcomed into the city. Man Chong presented Cao Cao's letter and said, "Wei and Wu have no true grudge. Liu Bei is the one who stirred up these conflicts. The king of Wei wishes to join forces with you against Liu Bei. Wu will attack Jingzhou, and the king of Wei will advance from Hanchuan. After Liu Bei is defeated, both sides will divide the territory and not violate each other." After reading the letter, Sun Quan held a banquet for Man Chong, then discussed the matter with his advisors. Gu Yong thought the letter made sense. He suggested that they reply and make an agreement with Cao Cao, while secretly investigating Guan Yu's movements. Zhu Zhendin said, "Guan Yu has a daughter who has not yet been married. I am willing to go to Jingzhou on behalf of my lord's heir and ask for a marriage alliance. If Guan Yu agrees, our two families can become allies and resist Cao Cao together. If he refuses, then we can assist Cao Cao in taking Jingzhou." Sun Quan thought this was a workable plan, so he sent Man Chong back to Dudu and sent Zhu Zhijin to Jingzhou. Zhu Zhijin arrived in Jingzhou and paid a visit to Guan Yu. He explained his purpose. "My lord has a son. Hearing that the general has a daughter, he wishes to form a bond between the two families so that we may resist Cao Cao together." When Guan Yu heard this, he flew into a rage. "How could my tiger daughter ever marry a dog son? If not for your brother Zhu Zhiliang's sake, I would cut off your head right now." He then ordered his men to drive Zhu Zhijin out. Zhu Zhijin returned to Wu in humiliation and reported everything exactly as it had happened. Sun Quan was furious and immediately summoned his civil and military officials to discuss taking Jingzhou. Buji advised, "Cao Cao wants Wu to attack Jingzhou because he is trying to shift the blame onto us. Now Cao Ren is stationed at Sangyang and Fancheng, and from land he can directly threaten Jingzhou. Why not let Cao Ren move first? Why should my lord be the first to send troops? We should send word back to Cao Cao and tell him to order Cao Ren to attack Jingzhou by land first. If Guan Yu sends troops to stop him, my lord can then secretly send a general to seize Jingzhou. In that way, success is certain." Sun Quan accepted the plan and immediately sent an envoy across the river with a letter to Cao Cao. Cao Cao was delighted. He sent Man Chong to Fancheng to assist Cao Ren, while also issuing orders to coordinate with Wu's naval forces so they could seize Jingzhou together. On Liu Bei's side, he ordered Wei Yan to command the troops and guard Dongchuan, while he returned to Chengdu with the officials. He ordered the construction of palaces and government offices, built new towers, pavilions, and relay stations from Chengdu to Baishui, stored grain and fodder, and made weapons, preparing for a future northern campaign to restore the Central Plains. Before long, scouts discovered that Cao Cao had joined with Eastern Wu and was preparing to seize Jingzhou. The news was rushed to Shu. Liu Bei asked Kongming for advice. Kongming said, "I already expected Cao Cao to use this plan, but Eastern Wu has many advisors, and they will surely make Cao Ren move first. My lord should send an edict to Guan Yu, ordering him to launch the first attack against Fancheng. This will shake the Wei army and throw the enemy's plans into confusion." Liu Bei was delighted and sent the forward military officer Fei Shi with the edict to Jingzhou. Guan Yu went out of the city to welcome Fei Shi. After they entered the government office, Guan Yu asked, "What rank and title has the king of Hanzhong granted me?" Fei Shi replied, "You have been named the foremost of the 5 tiger generals." Guan Yu then asked, "Who are the 5 tiger generals?" Fei Shi said, "Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, Ma Chao, and Huang Zhong." Hearing this, Guan Yu flew into a rage. "Yi Di is my brother. Meng Ke comes from a noble family. Zilong has followed my elder brother for many years and can also be counted as one of our own. I can accept being ranked with them. But what is Huang Zhong? How dare he be placed beside me? How can a real man stand in the same rank as an old soldier?" He then refused to accept the seal. Fei Shi smiled and said, "General, you are mistaken. In the past, Han Xin had once surrendered from Chu, yet later his rank stood above Zhao He and Cao Ten. But Zhao He and Cao Ten did not resent him because of it. Now the king of Hanzhong has named 5 tiger generals. but you and the king of Hanzhong share the bond of brothers. In a sense, you are the king of Hanzhong, and the king of Hanzhong is you. How can you compare yourself with others over rank and title? You have received deep favor from the king of Hanzhong. You should share hardship and honor with him, not let titles delay great affairs. Guan Yu came to his senses after hearing this and bowed in thanks. I failed to understand the larger matter. Thanks to your guidance, I nearly caused great harm. He then accepted the seal and ribbon. Fei Shi delivered the royal command, ordering Guan Yu to lead troops and capture Fancheng. Guan Yu immediately appointed Fu Shiren and Mi Fang as vanguard commanders and ordered them to take troops first and set up camp outside Jingzhou city. He himself held a banquet inside the city to entertain Fei Shi. They drank until the second watch of the night, when someone suddenly reported that the military camp outside the city was on fire. Guan Yu hurriedly put on his armor and rushed out. He saw that after drinking, Fu Shiren and Mi Fang had become careless. Sparks in the tent had ignited the fire weapons, and the flames spread through the camp. The entire army was thrown into alarm. Weapons and grain were burned, and many soldiers were killed or wounded. Guan Yu was furious. He summoned Fu Shiren and Mi Fang and rebuked them. I appointed you as vanguards, yet before the campaign even begins, you have already burned our weapons and supplies and ruined a major affair. What use are you to me? He immediately ordered them taken out and beheaded. Fei Shi advised him, executing generals before the army has even set out may damage morale. It would be better to spare them for now. Guan Yu's anger had not yet faded, so he ordered the warriors to give each man 40 lashes, took away their vanguard seals, and punished Mi Fang by sending him to guard Nan Commandery, and Fu Shiren to guard Gong'an. He warned them, when I return victorious, if anything goes wrong, you will be punished for both crimes together. The two men left in shame. Guan Yu then appointed Liao Hua as vanguard and Guan Ping as deputy commander, with Ma Liang and Yi Ji serving as advisors. Together, they set out on campaign. Fei Shi took leave of Guan Yu and brought Hu Ban back to Shu to report. Before setting out, Guan Yu performed sacrifice before the commander's banner and then took a short rest in his tent. In his dream, he saw a black pig as large as a water buffalo charge into the tent and bite his left foot. Guan Yu drew his sword and struck at it. When he woke with a start, he felt a faint pain in his left foot and became uneasy. Guan Ping advised him, a pig also carries the image of the dragon. Dreaming that a pig bites your foot means a dragon has attached itself to your feet. It is a sign of rising power. There is no need to worry. The others also said it was a good omen. Guan Yu sighed and said, I am a grown man, nearly 60 years old. Even if I died today, what regret would I have? Just as he finished speaking, an envoy arrived from Shu, carrying the command of the king of Hanzhong. Guan Yu was appointed general of the front, granted the imperial staff and acts of authority, and given overall command of the 9 commanderies of Jingxiang. The officials all offered congratulations and said it matched the good omen in the dream. Guan Yu no longer worried and led his army toward Xiangyang. When Cao Ren received the report in Xiangyang, he learned that Guan Yu's army was approaching and first wanted to shut the gates and defend the city. His deputy general Zhao Yun said, the king of Wei has ordered us to work with Eastern Wu to take Jingzhou. Now Guan Yu has come to us on his own. This is the perfect chance for victory. Why avoid battle? Menchong advised, Guan Yu has both wisdom and courage. We must not underestimate him. Holding our defenses would be best. But the fierce general Xiahou Kun said, when water comes, earth can block it. When a general comes, soldiers can face him. We are rested while the enemy is tired. Naturally, we can win. Cao Ren listened to Xiahou Kun, ordered Menchong to defend Fancheng, and personally led troops out of the city to meet the enemy. When Guan Yu learned that the Cao army was coming, he summoned Guan Ping and Liao Hua to plan. The two armies lined up against each other. Liao Hua rode out to challenge the enemy, and Zhao Yun came forward to fight him. After a short exchange, Liao Hua pretended to be defeated and fled. Zhao Yun pursued, and the Jingzhou troops retreated more than 20 li. The next day, they fought again. Xiahou Kun and Zhao Yun led their troops out together, and the Jingzhou army once again retreated more than 20 li. Cao Ren thought he was gaining the advantage and continued the pursuit. Suddenly, loud shouting rose behind him, and drums and horns thundered. Guan Ping and Liao Hua charged out from the rear, and the Cao army immediately fell into disorder. Realizing he had fallen into a trap, Cao Ren hurriedly tried to pull his troops back to Xiangyang. Just as he approached the city, he suddenly saw embroidered banners waving ahead. Guan Yu sat on his horse with his blade across the road, blocking the way. Cao Ren was terrified and did not dare fight. He escaped by taking a small side road. Guan Yu did not pursue him. Xiahou Kun soon arrived behind him. Seeing Guan Yu blocking the road, he charged forward in rage, but Guan Yu cut him down in a single exchange. Zhao Yun tried to flee, but Guan Ping caught up and killed him with one stroke. Guan Yu pressed the attack. More than half of the Cao army was killed or wounded, and corpses covered the banks of the Shang River. Cao Ren had no choice but to retreat to Fancheng and defend it. Guan Yu then took Shangyang, rewarded the troops, and comforted the people. Wang Fu, the army's military officer, advised him, "General, with one battle you have captured Shangyang and shaken the Cao army. But Lu Meng is stationed at Lukou, and Eastern Wu has always wanted to swallow Jingzhou. If they launch a surprise attack, how should we respond?" Guan Yu said. "I have already made arrangements. Along the river, 20 or 30 li upstream and downstream, build beacon towers on high ground. Place 50 soldiers at each tower. If the Wu army crosses the river, light fires at night and raise smoke by day as a warning. I will then turn the army back to meet them." Wang Fu then said, "Mi Fang and Fu Shiren are guarding Nan Commandery and Gong'an. I fear they may not serve wholeheartedly. It would be best to appoint someone else to oversee Jingzhou's defenses." Guan Yu said, "I have already placed Administrative Officer Pan Zheng in charge." "What is there to worry about?" Wang Fu advised. "Pan Zheng is suspicious by nature and greedy for profit. He is not suited for such an important responsibility. It would be better to let the grain officer Zhao Lei oversee it. He is loyal, honest, and reliable." Guan Yu shook his head and said, "I know Pan Zheng. Since the arrangement has already been made, there is no need to change it. Zhao Lei is responsible for the army's grain and supplies, and that is also an important duty. You just make sure the beacon towers are built properly." Although Wang Fu was still uneasy, he could only accept the order and leave. Guan Yu then ordered Guan Ping to prepare boats, cross the Shang River, and attack Fancheng. After retreating to Fancheng, Karin said regretfully to Man Chong, "If I had known this would happen, I should have listened to your advice. Now our army is defeated, our generals are dead, and we have lost Changyang. What should we do?" Man Chong said, "Guan Yu is a tiger-like general, and he also has strategy. We can only defend. We must not go out to fight." Just then, scouts reported, "Guan Yu has already crossed the river and is now approaching Fancheng." Man Chong still urged them to hold firm, but the officer Lu Chang spoke passionately and said, "Give me a few thousand men. I am willing to meet him at the Xiang River. The art of war says that an enemy should be attacked while half his troops are still crossing. If we wait until Guan Yu reaches the city walls, it will be too late." Cao Ren was persuaded and gave him 2,000 soldiers to leave the city. Liu Chang arrived at the river mouth and saw Guan Yu riding forward with his blade across his saddle. Liu Chang was just about to engage, but the Cao soldiers behind him saw Guan Yu's overwhelming presence and fled without fighting. Liu Chang could not stop them. Guan Yu seized the chance and charged. The Cao army was badly defeated. More than half the cavalry and infantry were killed or wounded, and the survivors fled back to Fancheng. Seeing the danger, Cao Ren urgently sent messengers day and night to Chang'an to ask Cao Cao for reinforcements. The letter said, "Guan Yu has already captured Xiangyang and is now surrounding Fancheng. The situation is extremely urgent. Please send a great general to rescue us at once." After Cao Cao read the request for aid, his eyes swept across the ranks of officials and generals. He pointed to one commander and said, "You will go and lift the siege of Fancheng." The man stepped forward at once. Everyone looked and saw that it was Yu Jin. Yu Jin said, "I am willing to lead the army there, but I ask my king to send another general as vanguard to go with me." Cao Cao looked around at the generals and asked, "Who is willing to serve as vanguard?" At once, one man stood up sharply and said, "I am willing to serve like a loyal hound and horse. Capture Guan Yu alive and present him before your command." When Cao Cao saw him, he was overjoyed. Cao Cao decided to send Yu Jin to rescue Fancheng, so he asked the generals, "Who dares serve as vanguard?" No sooner had he spoken than one man stepped forward and said, "I am willing to go." Cao Cao looked and saw that it was Peng Di. He was delighted and said, "Guan Yu's name shakes the world, and until now, he has never truly met his match. Now that he will face you, Peng Lingming, this can be called an equal contest." So Cao Cao appointed Yu Jin as general who campaigned south, and Peng Di as chief vanguard of the western expedition. They were to lead 7 armies of elite troops to Fancheng. These 7 armies were all strong soldiers from the north. In the army were 2 officers named Dong Heng and Dong Chao. When the 2 came to see Yu Jin, Dong Heng said, "General, you are leading 7 armies to lift the siege of Fancheng, so of course you aim for victory. But using Peng Di as vanguard may cause trouble." Yu Jin was startled and asked why he said this. Dong Heng replied, "Peng Di was originally one of Ma Chao's older generals. He was forced to surrender to Wei. Now Ma Chao is in Western Shu and holds the rank of one of the 5 tiger generals. Pang De's elder brother Pang Ru also serves as an official in Western Sichuan. Now you are sending Pang De to fight Liu Bei's troops. Is that not like pouring oil onto a fire while trying to put it out? General, you should quickly report this to the King of Wei and choose another vanguard. After Yu Zhen heard this, he became uneasy. That very night, he went to report it to Cao Cao. Cao Cao also felt there was reason in it and immediately summoned Pang De to court, ordering him to hand over the vanguard seal. Pang De was shocked and said, "I am about to serve my king with all my strength. Why am I suddenly no longer being used?" Cao Cao said, "It is not that I doubt you. But Ma Chao is in Western Sichuan, and your elder brother Pang Ru is also in Western Sichuan. Even if I trust you, others will inevitably talk." When Pang De heard this, he immediately removed his cap and kowtowed until his face was covered in blood. He said, "Since I surrendered to my king in Huang Zhong, I have been deeply grateful. Even if my body were smashed to pieces, I could never repay even a small part of your kindness. How can my king doubt me? My elder brother Pang Ru and I have already cut off our brotherly bond. My former lord Ma Chao now serves a different master from me, and all old ties of loyalty and friendship are ended. Now I know only that I must serve the King of Wei. I have no second thoughts. I beg my king to see clearly." Only then did Cao Cao help Pang De to his feet and comfort him. "I already know your loyalty. What happened just now was only to calm the doubts of the others. Go and win merit. If you do not betray me, I will never betray you." After thanking him and returning home, Pang De immediately ordered craftsmen to build a wooden coffin. The next day, he invited his relatives and friends to a banquet and placed the coffin in the hall. When everyone saw it, they were shocked and asked, "General, you are going on campaign. Why place such an unlucky thing here?" Pang De raised his cup and said, "I have received great kindness from the King of Wei. This time, when I go to Fancheng, I swear to fight Guan Yu to the death. If I cannot kill him, then I will surely die by his hand. Even if I survive by luck, I should still cut my own throat to answer for my failure. So I have prepared this coffin first, so that all of you will know I will never return empty-handed." Then Pang De called out his wife, Lady Li, and his son Pang Hui. He said to his wife, "This campaign is a fight to the death. If I die in battle, you must raise our son well. He was born with an extraordinary spirit, and one day he will surely avenge me." His wife and son held each other and wept bitterly as they saw him off. Pang De also ordered his men to carry the wooden coffin with the army. He said, "If I die in battle, place me inside this coffin. If I kill Guan Yu, then put Guan Yu's head inside it and present it to the King of Wei." His 500 personal soldiers answered in one voice, all willing to follow him into a death battle. Someone reported this to Cao Cao. Cao Cao was overjoyed and said, "Pang De is loyal and brave to this extent. What reason do I have to doubt him?" But Jia Su said, "Pang De is relying only on hot-blooded courage and wants to fight Guan Yu to the death. I am somewhat worried." Cao Cao also felt this made sense, so he sent orders to Pang De. "Guan Yu has both wisdom and courage and must never be underestimated. If there is a chance to win, then fight. If there is no chance, then defend carefully." After receiving the order, Pang De said to the generals, "The King of Wei values Guan Yu too highly. This time, I will make Guan Yu's 30 years of fame collapse in a single day." Yu Jin also advised him not to underestimate the enemy, but Pang De was full of fighting spirit and urged the army toward Fancheng. Meanwhile, Guan Yu was in his camp when a scout suddenly reported, "Cao Cao has sent Yu Jin with 7 armies to rescue Fancheng. The vanguard is Pang De. Pang De's army is carrying a coffin, and he has sworn to fight your lordship to the death. They are now less than 30 li from the city." When Guan Yu heard this, he was furious, his beautiful beard flowing as he said, "All heroes under heaven hear my name and fear me. This child Pang De dares look down on me like this. Guan Ping, you go attack Fancheng. I will personally go and cut down this brute." Guan Ping advised him, "Father, your status is like Mount Tai. Why compete with a stubborn stone? Please let me test him first." Guan Yu nodded and ordered Guan Ping to fight first. The two armies faced each other. Pang De wore a blue robe and silver armor, rode a white horse, and carried a steel blade. Behind him, his men carried the wooden coffin. Guan Ping cursed him, "You traitor who betrayed his lord." Pang De asked the men beside him, "Who is this?" They answered, "This is Guan Yu's adopted son, Guan Ping." Pang De shouted, "I have come by order of the King of Wei to take your father's head. You are only a child. I will not kill you. Hurry and tell your father to come out and die." Guan Ping was furious. He urged his horse forward and swung his blade straight at Pang Di. The two fought for 30 rounds without a winner, then each side withdrew. When Guan Yu heard about this, he became even angrier. He ordered Liao Hua to continue attacking Fancheng, while he personally went out to face Pang Di. Before the two armies, Guan Yu shouted, "Guan Yunchang is here! Pang Di, come quickly and receive your death!" Pang Di also rode forward and cried, "I have come by command of the King of Wei specifically to take your head. I have even brought the coffin. If you fear death, get down from your horse and surrender." Guan Yu cursed him. A mere brute dare speak such arrogant words. The two immediately fought. After more than 100 rounds, there was still no winner. The Wei troops feared Pang Di might be in danger and sounded the signal to withdraw. Guan Ping also feared that his father, being advanced in age, might suffer some accident, so he ordered the signal sounded as well. Both sides withdrew. After returning to camp, Pang Di sighed and said, "In the past, I only heard people say Guan Yu was a hero. After today's battle, I see his reputation is truly deserved." Hearing this, Yu Jin advised him to avoid Guan Yu's sharpness for the moment. Pang Di angrily replied, "The King of Wei made you the main commander. How can you be so weak? Tomorrow, I will fight Guan Yu to decide life and death." Yu Jin had nothing to say and returned to his own camp. After Guan Yu returned to camp, he also said to Guan Ping, "Pang Di's blade technique is skilled. He can indeed be counted as a worthy opponent." Guan Ping advised him, "Father, even if you kill him, he is only a minor soldier from the western Changlands. But if anything happens to you, how could we answer to my uncle's trust?" Guan Yu said, "If I do not kill this man, I cannot ease the hatred in my heart." The next day, Guan Yu put on his armor, mounted his horse, and personally rode out. Pang Di also organized his troops and came to meet him. The two fought for more than 50 rounds. Suddenly, Pang Di dragged his blade and fled. Guan Yu chased closely. Guan Ping worried there might be a trick and followed behind. Guan Yu cursed, "Pang Di, you traitor, are you trying to use the dragging blade trick? Do you think I fear you?" But Pang Di was not truly using the dragging blade trick. Instead, he secretly hung his blade on the saddle, took out his carved bow, and shot an arrow. Guan Ping saw it and shouted, "Traitor general, do not shoot a hidden arrow." Guan Yu heard the warning and looked up, but the arrow had already arrived. He could not dodge in time, and it struck his left arm. Guan Ping hurriedly rescued his father and brought him back to camp. Seeing that his arrow had struck Guan Yu, Pang Di was about to pursue and attack. Suddenly, loud gongs sounded from his own camp, so he had no choice but to withdraw. It turned out that Yu Jin had seen Pang Di shoot Guan Yu and feared he would take all the credit alone, so he deliberately sounded the withdrawal signal. After Pang Di returned to camp, he asked why the troops had been called back. Yu Jin said, "The King of Wei gave orders that Guan Yu has both wisdom and courage. Even though he was struck by an arrow, he may be pretending to be wounded as a trick. That is why I withdrew first." Pang Di regretted it bitterly and said, "If you had not called me back, I would already have killed him." After Guan Yu returned to camp, the arrowhead was pulled out. Fortunately, the wound was not deep, and medicine was applied. Gritting his teeth, he said, "I swear I will repay the hatred of this arrow." The generals advised him to rest and recover first. The next day, Pang Di came again to challenge him. Guan Yu wanted to go out and fight, but the generals stopped him. Pang Di challenged them for more than 10 days in a row, but the Shu army did not respond. Pang Di then said to Yu Jin, "Guan Yu's arrow wound has worsened, and he can no longer fight. We should seize this chance, lead the 7 armies into the Shu camp, and lift the siege of Fancheng." But Yu Jin feared Pang Di might win great merit, so he kept using Cao Cao's warning as an excuse and refused to send troops. Later, he moved the 7 armies to a valley 10 li north of Fancheng, personally blocking the main road, while ordering Pang Di to camp behind the valley, secretly holding back Pang Di's chance for glory. Guan Ping saw that Guan Yu's arrow wound had healed and was pleased. Then he suddenly heard that Yu Jin had moved the 7 armies to a valley north of Fancheng, and came to report it. Guan Yu immediately mounted his horse and rode to high ground to inspect the situation. He saw that on the walls of Fancheng, the banners were in disorder and the soldiers were panicking. 10 li north of the city, the Wei troops filled the mountain valley. The water of the Xiang River was also extremely swift. Guan Yu asked the guide, "What is that valley called?" The guide answered, "Zhenkou Valley." Guan Yu was delighted and said, "This time, Yu Jin will surely fall into my hands. Fish have entered the mouth of the net. How long can they expect to live?" After returning to camp, the 8th month arrived, and autumn rain fell without end. Guan Yu ordered his men to prepare boats, rafts, and equipment for water combat. Guan Ping did not understand. "We are fighting on land. Why prepare boats?" Guan Yu said. Yu Jin did not set up camp on flat, open ground. Instead, he gathered all 7 armies in a low-lying place like Zhengkou Valley. Now the autumn rain will not stop, and the waters of the Shang River are sure to rise. I have already sent men to block the water outlets. Once the water rises, we will take boats downstream, and all 7 armies will become fish and shrimp in the flood. Guan Ping admired him greatly. On the wayside, the 7 armies were camped in Zhengkou Valley. After many days of heavy rain, the soldiers were suffering badly. The supervising officer Cheng He came to advise Yu Jin. The army is stationed in low ground. If the river rises suddenly, there will be great danger. The Jingzhou troops have already moved to higher ground, and they are preparing boats and rafts at the Han River mouth. We should make preparations early. Yu Jin flew into a rage. How dare you disturb the morale of the army? Say another word and I will have you executed. Cheng He had no choice but to withdraw. He then went to Pang Di and explained the situation. Pang Di said, "You are right. If Yu Jin does not move the troops, then tomorrow I will choose higher ground and set up my own camp." But that night, the wind and rain became violent. Pang Di was sitting in his tent when he suddenly heard a sound from all sides like 10,000 horses galloping. He stepped outside and saw floodwaters rushing in from every direction. The 7 armies immediately fell into chaos. Countless soldiers were swept away by the flood, and the water on the flat ground was more than 10 feet deep. Yu Jin, Pang Di, and the other generals could only climb onto small hills to escape the water. At dawn, Guan Yu led his generals forward in large boats, waving banners and beating drums. Yu Jin had no road of escape on any side. With only 50 or 60 men left around him, he knew he could not get away, so he shouted, "I surrender!" Guan Yu ordered Yu Jin taken prisoner, then personally went to capture Pang Di. At this time, Pang Di, Dong Heng, Dong Chao, Cheng He, and 500 infantrymen were trapped on an embankment. Guan Yu surrounded the embankment by boat, and his soldiers fired arrows all at once, killing more than half of the Wei troops. Seeing the situation turn desperate, Dong Heng and Dong Chao urged Pang Di to surrender. Pang Di was furious. "I have received great kindness from the king of Wei. How can I bow my head?" With that, he personally killed Dong Heng and Dong Chao, then shouted sternly, "Anyone else who speaks of surrender will end up like them." Stirred by his anger, the others had no choice but to fight to the death. From early morning until noon, Pang Di only grew fiercer as he fought. Guan Yu ordered his soldiers to attack from all sides, and arrows and stones fell like rain. Pang Di turned to Cheng He and said, "A brave general does not cling to life out of fear of death. A strong man does not destroy his honor just to survive. Today is the day my life ends, and you should fight to the death as well." Cheng He rushed forward, but Guan Yu shot him with an arrow and knocked him into the water. The remaining Wei soldiers surrendered one after another. Only Pang Di continued fighting. Just then, dozens of Jingzhou soldiers rowed a small boat close to the embankment. Pang Di raised his blade, leaped onto the boat, and killed more than 10 men. The others abandoned the boat and jumped into the water to escape. Holding his blade in one hand and rowing with the other, Pang Di tried to flee toward Fancheng. Unexpectedly, a general upstream came crashing toward him on a large raft and overturned the small boat. Pang Di fell into the water. The general jumped in after him, captured him alive, and dragged him onto the boat. When everyone looked closely, they saw that the man who had captured Pang Di was Zhou Kang. Zhou Kang was an excellent swimmer and possessed extraordinary strength, which was how he captured Pang Di alive. Yu Jin's 7 armies were almost completely drowned by the flood. Those who knew how to swim floated on the water, and seeing that there was no way to escape, they also surrendered one after another. Guan Yu returned to the high ground camp and sat in command. The executioners brought Yu Jin in. Yu Jin knelt and begged for mercy. Guan Yu said, "How dare you oppose me?" Yu Jin replied, "I was ordered to march. I had no choice. I only beg your lordship to show mercy. I am willing to repay you even with death." Guan Yu stroked his beard and laughed. "Killing you would be like killing a pig or a dog. It would only dirty my blade." He ordered Yu Jin sent to the prison in Jingzhou and said he would deal with him after returning. Then Pang Di was brought in. Pang Di stood there with furious eyes and refused to kneel. Guan Yu said, "Your elder brother is in Huang Zhong, and your former Lord Ma Chao is also serving as a general in Shu. Why did you not surrender earlier?" Pang Di cursed loudly. "I would rather die beneath the blade than surrender to you." Guan Yu was furious and ordered the executioners to take him out and behead him. Pang Di stretched out his neck and accepted death. Guan Yu respected him as a true hard man and ordered that he be buried with honor. While the floodwaters had not yet receded, Guan Yu led his generals by boat to attack Fancheng. At this time, white waves surged all around the city and the flood was fierce. The walls gradually began to collapse under the water. Inside the city, soldiers and civilians carried earth and bricks, but they still could not block the damage. The Cao army generals all urged Zhao Yun, "This situation is beyond human power to save. Before the enemy arrives, we should escape by boat tonight." Cao Yun also began to consider abandoning the city. Man Chong hurriedly advised him, Absolutely not. Mountain floodwaters come fiercely, but they do not last long. Within 10 days, the water will surely recede. Guan Yu has not attacked the city immediately, but he has already stationed troops at Jiaxia. That is exactly to guard against us striking him from behind. If we abandon the city now, all territory south of the Yellow River will no longer belong to Wei. I beg you, General, to hold this city firmly and serve as a shield for the state. Cao Ren came to his senses and thanked him. If Boning had not reminded me, I would almost have ruined a major affair. He then rode a white horse up onto the city wall and summoned the generals to swear an oath. I was ordered by the King of Wei to defend Fa Zheng. From now on, anyone who speaks of abandoning the city and fleeing will be executed immediately. All the generals agreed to defend the city to the death. Cao Ren placed strong bows and powerful crossbows on the walls. The soldiers guarded day and night, while the people carried earth and stones to reinforce the walls. Within 10 days, the floodwaters indeed began to recede. After Guan Yu flooded the 7 armies, captured Yu Jin, and executed Pang Di, his fame shook the world, and heroes everywhere were stunned. Before long, his younger son Guan Xing came to the camp to visit him. Guan Yu ordered Guan Xing to take documents listing the achievements of the generals back to Chengdu and request rewards for them from the king of Hanzhong. After that, Guan Yu divided his forces into 2 routes. One force advanced directly toward Jiaxia, while Guan Yu himself surrounded Fancheng on all sides. One day, Guan Yu personally arrived at the northern gate of Fancheng. He reined in his horse, raised his whip, pointed at the city wall, and cursed, "You rats! Why have you not surrendered yet? What are you waiting for?" From the tower, Cao Ren saw that Guan Yu wore only chest armor beneath his green robe. He immediately ordered 500 archers and crossbowmen to fire together. Guan Yu quickly turned his horse around, but he could not dodge in time. An arrow struck his right arm, and he fell from his horse at once. When Cao Ren saw Guan Yu struck by an arrow and fall from his horse, he immediately led troops out of the city to attack. Fortunately, Guan Ping fought with all his strength and drove back the Cao army, rescuing Guan Yu and bringing him back to camp. After the others pulled out the arrowhead, they discovered that the arrow had been coated with poison. The poison had already reached the bone, and Guan Yu's entire right arm was swollen and bruised, almost unable to move. Guan Ping discussed the matter with the other generals and said, "If your lordship's right arm cannot be saved, how will you face the enemy in battle in the future? It would be better to withdraw temporarily to Jingzhou and recover." The others entered the tent together to persuade him. When Guan Yu heard this, he flew into a rage. Fancheng is about to fall. Once Fancheng is taken, I can march straight ahead, seize Dadu, destroy the Fa traitor, and restore the Han. How can I let a small arrow wound delay such a great cause? You are shaking the morale of the army. The generals had no choice but to withdraw. Guan Yu refused to retreat, but the wound would not heal for a long time. The others had no choice but to search everywhere for a famous doctor. One day, a small boat suddenly arrived from Jiangdong. On the boat was a man wearing a square headscarf and a wide robe, with a blue cloth medicine bag tied around his arm. He said he was from Chao Commandery in the state of Pei, surname Hua, name Tu, courtesy name Yuan Hua. Hua Tu said, "I heard that General Guan was struck by a poisoned arrow, so I have come to treat him." Guan Ping remembered that Hua Tu had once treated Zhou Tai's wounds. He was overjoyed and quickly invited him into the tent. At that time, Guan Yu was suffering from pain in his arm. Fearing that it might affect the morale of the army, he was playing chess with Ma Liang to distract himself. After Hua Tu entered the tent, he asked to examine the wounded arm. Guan Yu loosened his sleeve and stretched out his right arm. After looking at it, Hua Tu said, "This is poison from aconite. The poison has already entered the bone. If it is not treated quickly, this arm will be ruined." Guan Yu asked how it should be treated. Hua Tu said, "We must find a quiet place, set up a post with iron rings, bind your lordship's arm firmly, and cover your head. Then I will use a sharp knife to cut open the flesh, scrape the poison from the bone, apply medicine, and stitch the wound. Only then will there be no danger. I only fear that your lordship may not be able to endure the pain." Guan Yu laughed loudly and said, "I see death as nothing. Why would I fear pain? What need is there for posts and iron rings?" He immediately ordered wine to be served. Guan Yu drank wine while continuing to play chess with Ma Liang, simply extending his arm for Hua Tu to operate. Hua Tu used a sharp blade to cut open the flesh all the way to the bone. The bone had already turned green, so he scraped the bone with the knife, and the sound could be clearly heard. Everyone inside and outside the tent turned pale at the sight and could hardly bear to look. But Guan Yu continued drinking wine, eating meat, talking, laughing, and playing chess as if nothing hurt at all. Before long, blood filled the basin. Hua Tu scraped away all the poison, applied medicine, and stitched the wound. Guan Yu stood up and laughed. "This arm bends and stretches as before, and it does not hurt at all." "Sir, you are truly a divine doctor." Hua Tuo sighed and said, "In all my life as a physician, I have never seen a man like this. Your lordship is truly godlike." Guan Yu held a banquet to thank Hua Tuo and also offered him 100 taels of gold. Hua Tuo refused and said, "I came because I heard of your lordship's great righteousness. I did not come for money." He left only one prescription behind and instructed Guan Yu not to become angry or overwork himself for 100 days. Then he took his leave and departed. News that Guan Yu had flooded the 7 armies, captured Yu Jin, and executed Pang Di reached Du. Cao Cao was greatly alarmed and summoned his civil and military officials to discuss the matter. Guan Yu has both wisdom and courage. Now he holds Jingshang as well, like a tiger given wings. Yu Jin has been captured, Pang Di has been killed, and the morale of the Wei army has been shaken. If he marches directly towards Zudu, how can we resist him? I am thinking of moving the capital to avoid his strength," Sima Yi advised. "That must not be done. Yu Jin and the others were defeated by floodwater, not truly defeated in battle. The damage to the state is not fundamental. Now San Quan and Liu Bei have already fallen out, and Guan Yu's fame shakes the world. San Quan must be uneasy in his heart. My king can send someone to Eastern Wu and explain the danger and opportunity, persuading San Quan to secretly raise troops and hold Guan Yu in check. After the matter succeeds, promise to grant Sun Quan territory south of the river. Then the danger at Fancheng will naturally be solved." Jiang Ji also agreed, saying there was no need to move the capital and disturb the people. Cao Cao accepted the advice and decided to send an envoy to Eastern Wu, while also choosing another great general to resist Guan Yu. One commander below the steps stepped forward and said, "I am willing to go." Cao Cao looked and saw that it was Xu Huang. He was delighted and gave him 50,000 elite troops, appointing Xu Huang as main commander and Lu Jian as deputy. They were to first station themselves at Yangling Slope and wait for Eastern Wu to respond. Sun Quan was very pleased after receiving Cao Cao the letter and immediately wrote a reply. Then he summoned his ministers to discuss the matter. Zhang Zhao said, "Guan Yu has captured Yu Jin and executed Pang Di. His power now shakes all of China, and even Cao Cao wants to move the capital. Now that Cao Cao is asking us for help, once this matter passes, he may not keep his promise." Just as he was speaking, someone came to report. Lu Meng has come by small boat from Lukou and says he has urgent military news. Sun Quan immediately summoned him. Lu Meng said, "Guan Yu is now leading his army to besiege Fancheng. This is exactly our chance to strike while he is away and seize Jingzhou." Sun Quan deliberately asked, "What if I march north to take Suzhou?" Lu Meng replied, "Suzhou can be taken, but that region depends mostly on land warfare, which is not favorable for our navy. Even if we take it, it will be difficult to hold for long. It would be better to take Jingzhou first, gain full control of the Yangtze River, and then plan the next step." Sun Quan smiled and said, "I was already thinking of taking Jingzhou. I only asked just now to test you. Plan this carefully for me." After Lu Meng returned to Lukou, his scouts reported that along the river, every 20 or 30 li there was a beacon tower, and the Jingzhou troops were organized, disciplined, and heavily guarded. Lu Meng was shocked. He thought to himself that he had strongly urged Sun Quan to take Jingzhou, yet now it would be difficult to act. So he pretended to be ill, stopped leaving camp, and sent someone back to report to Sun Quan. When Sun Quan heard that Lu Meng was sick, he was very displeased. Lu Xun advised, "Lu Ziming's illness is probably feigned, not real." Sun Quan then ordered Lu Xun to go and visit him. When Lu Xun arrived at Lukou, he saw that Lu Meng's complexion was normal. He said, "The Marquis of Wu has entrusted you with a heavy responsibility, yet you look deeply troubled. Why is that?" Lu Meng remained silent. Lu Xun then said, "I have a prescription that may cure your illness." Lu Meng dismissed those around them and asked him to continue. Lu Xun smiled and said, "Your illness comes from seeing Jingzhou so strictly guarded, with beacon towers stretching in a line along the river. That is why you are worried. I have a plan that can keep those beacon towers from being lit and make the Jingzhou troops surrender without resistance." Lu Meng was delighted and quickly asked for his advice. Lu Xun said, "Guan Yu trusts in his own heroism and believes himself unmatched under heaven. The only person he truly fears is you, General. You can use illness as an excuse to resign and let someone with little fame take over Lukou. Then write a letter using humble words to praise Guan Yu. Guan Yu is proud and will surely relax his defenses against Eastern Wu, moving the Jingzhou garrison to Fancheng. When that happens, Jingzhou will be empty. A surprise attack will certainly succeed." Lu Meng was overjoyed and immediately submitted a memorial claiming illness and resigning his post. Lu Xun returned to see San Quan and reported the plan in detail. San Quan summoned Liu Meng back to Jianye to recover, and then asked who should replace him at Lukou. Liu Meng said, "If you use someone too famous, Guan Yu will certainly become suspicious. It would be better to use Lu Sun. He has strategy in his heart, but his reputation is not yet great, so Guan Yu will not fear him. If he takes charge of Lukou, the plan will surely succeed." San Quan was delighted and appointed Lu Sun as assistant general and right commander, replacing Liu Meng at Lukou. After taking office, Lu Sun immediately wrote a letter to Guan Yu and prepared gifts of fine horses, rare brocade, good wine, and other valuables, sending an envoy to Fan Cheng. At this time, Guan Yu was recovering from his wound. When he heard that Liu Meng had become seriously ill and returned to Jianye, and that the new commander at Lukou was Lu Sun, he looked down on him. Seeing that Lu Sun had sent gifts to seek friendship, Guan Yu said with contempt, "Sun Quan is truly short-sighted, using a child like this as a commander." The envoy knelt and said, "General Liu sent this letter and gifts first to congratulate your lordship on your far-reaching fame, and second to express his wish for peace with Jingzhou." Guan Yu opened the letter and saw that its words were extremely respectful and humble. He could not help throwing back his head and laughing. He accepted the gifts and sent the envoy back. The envoy returned and reported to Lu Sun that Guan Yu had been very pleased after reading the letter and no longer seemed to have any intention of guarding against Eastern Wu. Lu Sun then sent men to secretly investigate, and sure enough, they learned that Guan Yu had withdrawn most of the troops guarding Jingzhou and moved them all to Fancheng. Lu Sun immediately sent this news to Sun Quan by urgent night dispatch. Sun Quan summoned Liu Meng to discuss raising troops to take Jingzhou, and planned to have Liu Meng and Sun Zhao command the army together. Liu Meng said, "If my lord believes I can be used, then send only me. If my lord believes Sun Zhao can be used, then send only him. If two men share command of the army, it may be difficult for them to work together." Sun Quan understood and appointed Liu Meng as Grand Commander, giving him command over all the forces of Jiangdong, while Sun Zhao remained in the rear to handle supplies and support. Liu Meng gathered 30,000 troops and prepared more than 80 fast boats. He also selected soldiers who were skilled in swimming and had them all dressed in white, disguising themselves as merchants who rowed the boats. The true elite troops were hidden in concealed compartments inside the ships. At the same time, he mobilized 7 great generals, Hang Dang, Zhang Qing, Zhu Ran, Pan Zhang, Zhou Tai, Su Sheng, and Ding Feng, to move in separate waves, while San Quan led the remaining troops as support. San Quan also sent a letter to Cao Cao, asking him to seize the chance and attack Guan Yu from another direction, while ordering the white-clothed boatmen to head straight for the Sungyang River. The Wu army traveled day and night and arrived at the northern bank of the river. The guards at the beacon towers came to question them. The Wu soldiers pretended to be merchants and said that the wind and waves on the river were too strong, so they had temporarily come ashore to avoid the danger. They also took out gold, silver, and valuables to bribe the guards. The guards believed them and allowed them to moor there. At the second watch of the night, the elite soldiers hidden inside the boats burst out together and tied up all the guards at the beacon towers. Then the elite troops from more than 80 boats moved at the same time, capturing all the guards at the important posts along the river. Not one escaped. The Wu army advanced straight toward Jingzhou in complete silence, without a single warning being sent out. When they were close to Jingzhou, Liu Meng comforted the captured guards along the way with kind words and rewarded them generously, asking them to cooperate in opening the city gates and to use fire inside the city as the signal. Around midnight, a group of men arrived below the walls of Jingzhou and called for the gate to be opened. The gate officer saw that they were his own people and opened the gate. The Wu soldiers shouted and immediately lit signal fires inside the gate. The main army rushed in all at once and captured Jingzhou in a single stroke. After entering the city, Liu Meng immediately issued an order. Anyone who privately kills people or steals property from the common people will be punished by military law. The original officials were allowed to remain in office, and Guan Yu's family members were moved to a separate residence, with strict orders that no one was to disturb them. At the same time, Liu Meng sent messengers to Sun Quan to report the victory. One day, during heavy rain, Liu Meng rode out to inspect the 4 gates. He saw one soldier using a civilian family's bamboo rain hat to cover his armor from the rain. Liu Meng immediately ordered the man arrested. The soldier was from Liu Meng's hometown and cried, "I only feared the rain would damage the government armor. I did not mean to use the people's property for myself." Liu Meng sighed and said, "I know your intention was not evil, but the military order has already been issued. I cannot break the law because of personal feeling." He had the man executed as an example, then personally wept and arranged his burial. After this matter spread through the army, all 3 forces were shaken, and no one dared violate military discipline again. Before long, Sun Quan arrived at Jingzhou with his army, and Lu Ming went out of the city to welcome him. After entering the government office, Sun Quan gave comfort and rewards, appointed Pan Jun as administrative officer to take over Jingzhou affairs, released the imprisoned Yu Jin and sent him back to see Cao Cao, and at the same time comforted the people, rewarded the soldiers, and held a banquet to celebrate the victory. Sun Quan asked Lu Ming, "Now Jingzhou is already in our hands, but Fu Shiren is still at Gong'an, and Mi Fang is still at Nan Commandery. What should we do about these two places?" Before he had even finished speaking, one man stepped forward and said, "There is no need to use soldiers for this. With only my mouth, I can persuade Fu Shiren to surrender." Everyone looked and saw that it was Yu Fan. Yu Fan said, "Fu Shiren and I have known each other since childhood. As long as I explain the danger and benefit clearly, he will certainly submit." Sun Quan was delighted and immediately ordered Yu Fan to take 500 soldiers to Gong'an. When Fu Shiren heard that Jingzhou had already fallen, he quickly shut the city gates and strengthened the defenses. After Yu Fan arrived and saw that the gates were closed, he wrote a letter, tied it to an arrow, and shot it into the city. The soldiers picked it up and delivered it to Fu Shiren. Fu Shiren opened it and saw that it was a letter urging him to surrender. Remembering the resentment Guan Yu had shown toward him when leaving, he became afraid and thought, it would be better to surrender early. So he opened the city and invited Yu Fan inside. After entering the city, Yu Fan spoke with Fu Shiren about their old friendship and praised Sun Quan's generosity, kindness, and respect for worthy men. Fu Shiren was delighted after hearing this, and he took his seal and ribbon and followed Yu Fan to Jingzhou to surrender. Sun Quan was very pleased and still allowed him to return and guard Gong'an. But Lu Ming privately said to Sun Quan, "Guan Yu has not yet been captured. If Fu Shiren remains too long in Gong'an, there may be trouble. It would be better to send him to Nan Commandery to persuade Mi Fang to surrender." Sun Quan then summoned Fu Shiren and said, "You and Mi Fang have a close relationship. You will go and persuade him to submit. I will reward you generously." Fu Shiren agreed readily and set out with more than 10 riders straight toward Nan Commandery. At this point, Guan Yu had reached the most glorious peak of his life. He flooded the 7 armies, captured Yu Jin alive, executed Pang Di, and shook all of China with his power. He even made Cao Cao consider moving the capital just to avoid his attack. But it was also at this very moment that the real crisis was quietly closing in from behind. Fancheng had not yet fallen, yet Guan Yu had already transferred most of Jingzhou's troops to the front line. He believed Lu Meng had withdrawn because of illness and that Lu Xun was young and not worth fearing. Then, after receiving Lu Xun's extremely humble letter, he let down his guard even more. On Eastern Wu's side, Lu Meng pretended to be ill and stepped down. Lu Xun lowered his posture to appear weak. Sun Quan secretly mobilized troops, and the white-clothed soldiers crossed the river in silence. Without making a sound, they seized Jingzhou. Even worse, Fu Shiren had already surrendered, and next he was going to persuade Mi Fang to surrender as well. Once Jingzhou completely fell into Eastern Wu's hands, Guan Yu's army at the front would become an army without roots. So would Mi Fang also choose to surrender? Guan Yu was still at the front line before Fancheng. When would he finally learn that Jingzhou had already fallen? And this famous general, who had only just shaken the world, how would he face this enormous crisis now striking from behind? We'll continue the story in the next episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to give the show a like, subscribe, and share it with someone you think would enjoy it too. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will see you in the next episode.
Sky in light, Nua healed the broken heart. Fuxi traced the world's design. Every age leaves stories bright. Yaya dynasty shaped bronze. Shang dynasty cast dynasty forged the great walls, and dynasty opened Silk Road winds. 3 kingdoms dynasty turned war to tales. Jin dynasty led ink and mountains bloom. Sui dynasty Song Dynasty race. Learn